Killer fish. Killer fish from San Diego. I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. I'm back. It is Wednesday. It is still bloomin' hot in the UK. We just fed the fish and they're all going absolutely nuts. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Kuji. You're indeed first today. You're the killer fish. Hello, Punk W444. Hope you're doing well. So, the plan today, I was going to do Subnautica, but with the announcement of the new DLC and the fact that it's already in beta, the only DLC is for Frozen, the Frosty Planet. I wanted to make sure that we wrap up the current series, Far-Flung Friends, because the world gen changes are going to be significant with the new DLC. So I think we're probably going to have to stop this playthrough sooner than I'd like to, unfortunately. But I want to have a look at Pacu, because Pacu changed a while ago. We never quite got to actually doing them, and I want to make sure I figured them out so we can do them properly in our future runs. So I'm going to admit, we'll just get settled in first, and then we'll probably have a look at Luma Play's Pacu build, because I was pretty impressed with their Pacu build when I saw it. So we're probably going to fiddle around with that for a little bit. We're also trying to irradiate all the slime coming into this planet, so we need to finish this off first. We'll skill people up as well. I'm sure there's... Oh my god. The skill point debt is real. Jeez, we'll have to do that at some point. Hello, Sergey. Hope you're doing well. Fish, or push. Push, indeed. Right, let's skill everyone up, because otherwise we're going to be waiting around for ages. I'll give people suits. I think that's a good idea. Anyone who's on 41 morale is okay, generally speaking. I'm not going to agonize over this for fairly obvious reasons. Red shirt guy, you're staying on low morale because you're the rocket pilot that's ferrying everyone around. Ariza Gaming is currently on Socorista on their own, so hopefully they'll get that sorted out. Let's get everyone to Atmo suits who isn't already there. I think that's a pretty good plan across the board. Probably shouldn't be giving people so many skills, period, but whatever. But yeah, I want to wrap up this series and leave it in a good place, so that when we start the DLC, we're not feeling like there are a load of loose ends. It would have been nice to get a bit further into Spaced Out, but, well, I can't change what the devs are doing. It's my fault for playing too slowly. But I like playing at a fairly relaxed pace. I think you guys enjoy watching me play at a fairly relaxed pace, so I'm not going to worry too much. What have you been up to today? I just came back from a work event. We had a barbecue, which was very nice. And I was absolutely roasting. It's probably a good thing that I'm out of the sun now. Okay, whatever. We'll see how this goes. Everyone has lots of skills now. We need to put more conveyor what's-its on here. Conduction panels. We need a conduction panel for each of the conveyor loaders. So I believe we're going through and removing all of those. I'm probably going to WASD key again for now. So the planet with the Pacu is obviously this planet. So we'll build something here. And I'm imagining what we're going to do is we're just going to chuck it down here. This coal is deprecated now. I'm not planning on using this anymore or hooking it up to the main spine. If we do use it, we're going to move it. So let's just remove all of this. Remove all of the buildings. And then we'll start thinking about Pacu stuff. In terms of slime lung, there is slime lung down here, but there's no actual slime. No, there is slime down here, there's no actual slime lung. So probably just gonna start tiling stuff over here. And then dig this out somewhere. Maybe just ladders for now. I'll have to keep an eye out for a few things. Now, it probably would be faster for me to do this on the new printing pod save, but obviously that run has other constraints going on. So we'll just do it here where we can hang out and we're not worried about people dying imminently. Which is actually quite rare for me to say about this seed. I still don't think we're putting any more dupes anymore. I need to make sure that I'm alright as well. I have queued up some digging. I'm currently looking at this saltwater geyser. We need to figure out... when this is going to erupt. This is going to erupt with 11.2 cycles. So we've got a little bit of time to dig out some extra capacity for the salt water. And I think what I'm honestly going to do is I'm just going to come down here. We'll dig this up. Maybe we'll put a storage bin over here. And we'll let all our liquids vibe, let all our bleach stone vibe in here. We could probably just open this up a little bit. Something like that should be fine. And then... yeah, we'll just go all the way down here. And we'll connect this. So all this hot salt water could drain down here for now. We were planning on using it for stuff. But the issue now is we're probably not going to have time to hook this up before the DLC comes out if we're doing our other playthrough. I'll ask YouTube, see what YouTube thinks. But that should let out a decent amount of room for everything. Rockets for all, we got to get out of this place. So, I mean, we could send everyone to the top of the flipped asteroid where we haven't done anything this time and just kill everyone. Unfortunately, we haven't discovered any of the other advanced planets yet. The cluster has been kind of tightly knit. Oh, that's what we were going to do as well. We were going to open this up. So this is currently draining into here. I think the plan was to dig into here and start letting this out. I think that's possible. And then we can merge that into here. And obviously that'll take a little bit of effort, but that's fine. Yeah, that should keep you busy for now. I don't think you're going to get trapped. So we'll just leave you there. Okay, how are the pipes going? Because we need to refit these conduction panels. Let's actually priority 9 all the construction up here. Yeah. We are definitely going back to Subnautica, but I don't think it makes sense until we've done as much as we can realistically do on this run before the DLC. That is a new constraint that I have had to think about. Yeah, do all that first. Volcanoes are still going absolutely mad over here. We've got some kind of liquid shenanigans preventing the liquids from flowing. That's fine. We can dig out the mud. We're still attempting to boil liquids on this. So, I'm going on holiday this week. I will be back on Monday, so the stream schedule shouldn't actually change, but yeah, that no YouTube video. No YouTube video this week. And the VOD is still a little bit delayed at the moment. YouTube is still processing it. Which is unfortunate, but sometimes it's just how it goes. Okay, so... yes, we need to plumb this. So, probably 9 that. At least all the Meteor stuff is working. I basically want to see if we can process the slime in such a way that we get rid of all the germs. This will be a good test. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this run has gone. We have learned some important things. We've learned how to handle the spaced out meteors. And we've learned a little bit more about plug slugs. What else have we learned? I feel like it was more than that. We've enjoyed our freezer. We geotuned a hydrogen vent. That was pretty good. We're not doing it anymore. We've had fun with a lot of payloads. People need to actually come and collect the payloads. That will happen at some point, but they're definitely arriving faster than we're picking them up. Do we still actually have a crafting station here, or did we get rid of it? I think we probably got rid of it. No, it's... oh, I thought that was it. No, here it is. Right, okay. Make some more masks. Make, like, 8 more masks. You began to play Spaced Out, early play Classic, and my home asteroid there's no oil. Is that normal? Yes. you'll often have to go through either the teleporter, if you have one, to access oil, or you'll have to go and use a rocket. That's what we did. We disabled teleporters on this run to see how that changed things up, and it made things a lot more annoying. But our second asteroid is the one that had all the oil on it. Our Slickster is still hanging out here, so that's nice. But yeah, what else did we do? We rationalized, haha, all of our power network. I still need to hook up some more wires, to be honest. We're doing this as the refined metal comes in. Let's see, can we actually do this with all the wires? I think we can. That one might be the annoying one. I'm really looking forward to the fact that they're going to deprioritize certain materials from being auto-selected. So hopefully no more building random conductive wires out of steel. Right, did we plumb this? It looks like we did. So that's one more conduction panel over here. That can be made out of steel. So we're out of refined metal on this planet now because we built loads of stuff up here, but that's fine. That was indeed the plan. Fog buckets aren't growing because they're too hot. Why are they too hot? Because the coolant isn't moving in the loop because we broke the coolant loop. Well, that makes sense. I think we'll just leave that for now. People are kind of running out of food. We do have some extra plug slugs in here. We do have 18 slug eggs that we can cook in an emergency into omelets. We could also just import more food, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. We never did anything with all these arborators. And we never are, because pit planting everything is going to take way too long. Most of our volcanoes are actually dormant at the moment, which is partly why we're running out of refined metal. But I think we'll still be alright. We actually have some water over here. Why is that? Is stuff heating up? Is it bursting in the pipes? I don't think it is. We probably just deconstructed some pipes that actually had water in them. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Right, now we can finally put this here. Good. And I think we still just speed one it. It is so hot here. But that's fine. So, what am I actually going to do these Pacus based off of? There's a video by Luma Plays. I'll link it in chat. I'm not sure what the best build is because they posted a lot of different setups. So, I think this is the right video. I do want to make my own video on Pacu at some point, but I need to actually understand the changes in the new mechanics first, because we used to have a pretty good grasp on it, and then they changed the mechanics. And I'm going to straight up admit, I've forgotten everything I think I knew about Pacu. So this is the video. Luma Plays makes some excellent ONI videos. A lot of good shorts. I think I mostly got familiar with them with the shorts. So, we'll just build something that's relatively straightforward, I think. There's a conveyor rail loop variant. I want to do something that doesn't involve a huge amount of metal. There's a pressure plate variant, a dropper variant. Maybe we'll just do the dropper variant. These don't take up a huge amount of space. Whatever it is, it needs to fit within 4 tiles and then another 4 tile room. So in that case, maybe the pressure? The manual variant? Let's do the manual variant, because we don't tend to use the fish loaders. Oh, that's not what they're called. The fish release. Releases trapped Pacus back into the world. We don't have a huge amount of dupe labor, though. But I also don't really want to do anything super complicated. So maybe the pressure plate variant is the one we actually do. Yeah, we'll try that one. I think that fits best within the space we've got here. In terms of pipes, I think the pipe can stay more or less where it is. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. This is the pipe that is currently feeding our plants, although it will when we actually rebuild everything. So this needs to be prioritized up here. So we need all of the conduction panel stuff to be priority 9. Because we need the liquid to flow. That's not negotiable. Nobody else scold themselves today, please. I've had quite enough of that. You have enough food, and probably just enough random oxygen from the oxalate to last for a while. So again, I'm not going to worry about you too much. We probably could plant some oxyferns over here. The rover is dead. Palu-Calais. We kind of expected that. There's another crushed satellite over here. Looks like you saw some of my guides early, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we've done a lot of guides on YouTube. We never did a guide about Pacu. We were going to do it quite early on, but then they did the change immediately afterwards, so we never ended up doing a video. I think what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to try all the different Luma Plays builds, and I'll just see which one I prefer. We'll probably end up trying them on different runs. We'll go with the pressure plate variant this time. Got the cool steam vent here. I don't think we actually activate this. I think we just straight up activate this because we want to cool the base. And we want to analyze this. So you know what? You can do that first, actually, because that's all just going to pour down here. And that's all fine for now. Lots of watery noises. We got a pip. Got a pip for company. That's good. I think we determined there was no real better place to go for access. Let's leave that there. I think we'll just leave all this salt water here. So I think the eventual plan is we're going to merge the brine with the salt water to grow water weeds. We'll do that at some point. Let's see how quickly you analyze this. Can you do it before you get hypothermia? Probably not. Got an in-tune solar panel. Oh, right, from all the friggin' ice. The water is frozen. It's interesting. No, no, it hasn't frozen. It's sand. Oh, I caught my throat. It's Sans Undertale. No, something cooked. I don't know why. I don't really know what causes these things to cook. In any case, I think we want everything to get grabbed by these. So we'll set these all. We put roughly one between each pair of auto sweepers, so there should be total coverage. I would put them in all the gaps. We don't have quite enough refined metal for that anymore because of the dormant volcanoes. We do need to get in here as well to build this. So let's actually disconnect this vent. I also need to actually put this bridge back here so some of the hydrogen ends up going back into this room. And then we remove this and add the conveyor rail. So let's make that priority 9 as well, because we can't really go back and edit that afterwards. Everything else we can edit. Okay, you've cleared that. So, in terms of random gases, I don't think we care about that at all anymore, so we can remove that. Let's see what this pressure plate variant looks like. So we'll build it, and then we'll figure out how it works. How does that sound? I don't think it's going to be massive. What else do we want to clear? So we cleared out all this liquid. There is still germs down here. I'm going to be real honest. I don't care about this anymore. We haven't got time to faff about with this, and there's already slime in the area, so we're just going to dig all of this. So dig this up. Dig all of this. I guess you can't reach that at the moment. You can probably still reach it from the ladder, though, or something. Whatever, I'll queue it all up for digging. Deconstruct all the random buildings. And we'll just make this whole bottom bit Pacu. Because I feel like it. So, let's see. Probably just priority 7 this dig. Another sign it's summer. My hay fever is returning. I actually took an antihistamine today and it's still been really bad. Oh, God. Right, what's going on with this? You've still got some conduction panels to make. Well, they are all priority 9, so you should be doing it. You don't really have much of an excuse. We're speed 1ing it so that you can actually do all the errands. What's up with you? Your morale is too high. I think that's probably it. XD got creeped. I'm sure we've skill scrubbed you before. I probably just over-egged you again. Yeah, let's go skill scrub you. Before you cause any hazards. So I think what we'll do is we'll make this all... what tile? Can we just make it granite tile? Actually, I don't think it matters too much. I think we just don't make it sedimentary rock. Oh, solid. Let's flex. Let's make it ceramic tile. It doesn't need to be insulated. Just do that there, and then we can dig all of this stuff out as well. We'll put a ladder over here. You can't play the base in mess. I began to rebuild it. Yeah. This run has been quite messy, but I don't really mind. It was supposed to be a difficult run, and I think we overcame the difficulty in a lot of ways pretty well. No teleporters makes it hard. No... care packages also makes it hard because we can't rely on the printing pod bailing us out. We haven't actually had to worry too much about reloads. I think generally games are pretty well behaved on that. Okay, you've actually done all of this. That's good. So we can reseal this and re-add the hydrogen. The liquid... Yeah, the liquid's all bunched up. We just need to finish that. So where's your priorities? I don't think there's anything else. Oh, this is all priority 9 now. Okay, hold on. There we go. No more priority 9s. I think this should be all the space we actually need. This is just full of coal. Okay. I don't think we need the coal anymore. Between all the solar... and the plug slugs, I think we're alright. I guess we'll see. Are we actually making any more blast shots? This is technically plugged in. I did set this to priority 1, and we're currently out of refined metals. I think the plan was to make them out of iron. We do have other metals. So we can make them out of other metals if people feel so inclined. How many blast shots are in this middle one? It has a little gauge on here that shows you how many blast shots you have. That's good. We can hold up to 30. Okay. What are you up to? I'm having a snooze. Right, so bleach stone goes in here, and anything that off gases goes in here, and it's priority 9. Yep. It's all good. I don't think I'm even going to bother setting you up a plum bathroom. I'll be alright. I've got a little bit of stress. base is quite cold. That's good. How's the hydrogen situation looking? Okay, you rebuilt that. We've still actually got a little bit of hydrogen in here. Obviously, we need enough in here that these guys were good flow rate, because the Wheezeworts are actually cooling down our transformers. So we'll rehook that up. Some more hydrogen here. Seems to be working quite well. You still need to get skill scrubbed. Oh, you fell asleep. It's not exactly what we wanted. You need to get up. Like a little bit more metal is trickling through. I do like that we're now actively dumping all the metal in the base. Plug slugs cannot eat it. You want to do any more research? I don't think anything's really going to matter. No, I don't think most of the stuff's going to matter. You know what? You can do the new media. Other dupes and other planets are going to do that. It doesn't really impact what we're doing here. Well, it looks like Ren is still building all the conveyor rail, which I suppose is good. The function of this is to grab all of the slime and run it through the tiles, so it's not constantly off-gassing. Did we just... yeah, and then it's going to run through here. Oh, it's probably going to off-gas in there, isn't it? I probably want to replace this with a high-pressure vent then, don't I? That'd be a good idea. And then... I think the plan was to just... bring it down here. What are we even going to do with this slime? At the moment, we're just turning it into algae and polluted water. That's probably fair for now. I'll work ranch all these slugs. I'm still not sure why you're not doing this. Is it because we're literally out of metal? No, Devon's on his way. Should give Devon more credit. God, it is so hot. Also, I found out that I actually quite like Coke Lemon. I don't really like lemon that much, but it's not too strong, so I don't mind it. Oh my god, Whiskers is just... hold on. You've got to see this. Look, Whiskers is just straight up vertical in the tank. She's having a proper fiddle. She was just stood still there for a minute. You don't normally get this good a view of Whiskers. Oop. I didn't mean to touch the tank. There you go, yeah, have some fun. We've treated Whiskers well today. She got the last of the mealworm pellets. Right, we've reset... we've reset XD got creeped. So you can have mechatronics, digging, and ranching, and that will do. And you get the hat. Everyone gets the hat. This is why we're not running, worrying about skill points too much anymore. So the coolant, right? Is that looping again? No, we still need to build this one. This is literally set as priority 9. You have no excuse. They're grabbing the smallest amounts of metals from over here. Very exciting. Looks like we have connected all this salt water over here now. That's good. You can dig that tile as well. There's a little bit of oxygen in here for you to breathe, but not very much. And in actual fact, I don't think we care about this. If anything, we come over here and we connect it at the bottom later. Yeah, I think that's how that's supposed to go. But that can be... That could be a lower priority. There you go. We've analyzed this as well. So, cool salt slash stops in 6 cycles. This starts in 8 cycles. Okay. Well, that's not ideal, but it is what it is. I might actually yellow alert this. It keeps saying that you're doing it. Resources low gold. Oh, it's because we're trying to build it out of gold. We don't have enough. Right, what do we have enough of then? Iron? Okay, we'll do out of iron. Then hopefully you'll actually build the rest of this. And you're building all the wires and conveyor rails, so that's good. Definitely dig this out. Oh, iron volcanoes erupting again? Oh, that's good. We've been very slowly boiling slugs in here. I'm not sure this is really worth the effort at the moment. I'm actually going to priority 1 this. I would rather just murder them all normally for now than move them out. Seems like less effort. Okay, we managed to avoid a stress incident. That's good. One more conductive wire. We've got more auto sweepers. Maybe you're picking up all the random goop. Conveyor rail is starting to work. We had to make this completely independent of the blast shot loader, which is fine. More and more phosphorite keeps going in here. We need to build the high pressure then. We don't have plastic. No, we do have plastic. We don't have refined metal. It's a very funny game. But we will in a minute, because you're producing all the iron. It's going to be very hot. Now, Mr. Slug, are you actually going to boil on the volcano? Probably not. The slugs also have a habit of actually coming over and eating the metal from the volcano, which I find very amusing. But yeah, it's managed to cool down to about 200 degrees in the steam room, and then it cools down the rest of the way in this diamond block, which is thermo-aquatuned. So obviously we need to get this loop working again in a minute, otherwise we're going to have real issues. Right, I'm yellow alerting this. You have to build this. We're not waiting any longer. Natural gas geyser is dormant as well. That's funny. Definitely feels like everyone's just been grabbing random metal for a while. Right, now I'm going to speed to it. Grapefruit is on the job. Wait. You're literally grabbing the phosphorite and dumping it in here. Oh my god. Okay, look. I'm turning this off for now then. You are literally wasting your own time doing this. I mean, normally you're not supposed to access this room, so that normally should work fine. Until then, we'll keep it turned off. Right, you're actually building this? Good, and now all the liquids are going to flow. That's very important. Like, okay, this ranch is actually doing quite well at the moment. Through hook or by crook. It's good. More power. It still seems like we're low on a few wire segments. It's fine. We didn't quite geotune the metal volcanoes in the end. That's probably going to take too much time to set up. We have enough metal volcanoes. It's not really a huge issue, though. What's up with Frankie? Frankie, you're probably fine. You just haven't had very much nice food. You're all still sort of living off the swampy delights at the moment. Well, we can murder more plug slugs if need be. We're waiting for more barbecue so we can make more surf and turf. It's probably a sign we should actually murder these slugs now. There you go. Do we care about this? Nope. No farters today. You do have the metal, you're just taking your time. Right, see? We've got metal. So build this, disconnect it for now, and then we'll reseal it. And then we can run the slime through here with confidence about it not actually exploding. Off-gassing, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'm really happy with these horizontal transformer spines. Honestly, I think it generally works better than the vertical ones. It's less fiddly. The only issue is, I feel like it's easier to shove a vertical spine on the side of the map and have it not get in the way of everything than to shove a horizontal one. But if you're on spaced out and you're doing it across the top of the asteroid anyways, or across the bottom, I think it does actually make sense. Yeah, now the liquid's flowing again. We should get some more thermal aquatuning going on. We should actually get some more liquid to these bog buckets, so they should actually start growing again, which will also help the food situation. So anything else edible we should have in here? I don't think so. Stuffed berry? I don't think we're making any stuffed berry. We don't have any bristleberries here. Fair enough. But let's see. Conductive wire. Let's make this out of a different metal. No option? Okay. Guess for now, just make stuff out of iron. What about this one? Did we just straight up forget this one? We did. Excellent. I think the others are all good. So you guys should start work on this a bit sooner. You've been deconstructing all this stuff at the moment. It's fair enough. Still just grabbing all the metal. How's this all going? Are we still digging out over here? Where am I? Ah, I'm over here. Yeah, I am still digging out. Good. So this salt water will melt with all of this stuff that's just in the environment. Which is ultimately good for us. And then we can set up some rudimentary water weeds. How many seeds we have? Let's actually add waterweed seeds to this list. There we go. We have about 7, I think. Right, you're pretty much nearly done on this. Let's get this all finished just so that we have that robust system set up. freezer is still uncontaminated, although at this point it's mostly not full of food, so that is also true. We're still delivering coal over here. Why? I don't think this is actually relevant anymore. Where are we even putting all the coal? Not in here. Yeah, this metal needs an auto sweeper as well, but obviously we're not actively cooling this. The issue is, if we hook up all of our refined metals going through here, it's going to overload this, because this was only really designed for the iron volcano and the aqua tuna. Maybe we could hook up the cobalt volcano as well. I don't really want to break it, though. You're loading in lots of rock? Why? What are you up to, Whiskers? Oh, I know what Whiskers is up to. Whiskers is actually reaching into the filter bar and trying to eat snails. She can see snails in the filter bar and she's trying to eat them. She's trying to suck them out of the holes in the spray bar. Oh, I see. We're just grabbing all the rock from here at the moment. That's fine. Apparently the auto sweeper is getting the lip workspace bonus. I don't think that's how it works, game, but if you insist. Yeah, I suppose get all this random debris off of here. And then the coverage ends here. I think we actually need to put another auto sweeper over here, because otherwise it's going to break. So maybe one here, and we remove this. Hello, Frankie. I love the animations they have when they're stressed. It's very different. Hey, Carmine, hope you're doing well. Some surprise ONI today. I want to actually play around with Pacu. We're clearing out an area down here. We're going to build Luma Plays build, and we're going to see how that goes. We've just been finishing this off first because we want to make sure that we're getting our slime meteors handled without actually getting slime lung in the base. Thankfully, no one seemed to actually contract it. There were germs in here, and there are still germs in here. They're still picking up slimy algae. In fact, or slimy slime. That's what they're doing. So I think what we actually need to do is... So if we tell them to pick up slime and put it in here, they're still going to carry it through the base. Not that they're carrying it from outside, though. So... But the issue is they're still going to carry the slime manually to put it in here. That is an issue, because they're going to get these all covered in slime. They're all getting covered in slime. Someone is going to get slime lung at some point. Unless we literally just tell them to manual use, priority 9, put slime in here. Run it in here. Have it get picked up. And then... Where is this even set to go? I don't think it's currently set to go anywhere. No, it's set to pick it up and then it's set to go down here. Okay. But I think that's fine. And then what we'll do is we'll set this to priority 8, and then we'll set the things here to priority 9, which they already are. So hopefully that means I'll deliver it to the slime things. Oh, that means I'm just going to skip it, though. No, that's not what we want. Because, yeah, if they keep dumping it in here and we keep telling them to manually reload it, then that's not going to work. Let's see what happens with the germs, though. So, I don't think there's any germs on that slime. I guess I set them to priority 8 and set the others to priority 9. It's better than nothing. So, vent that here. And then this was set to phosphorite. So now I could reset that. Sure, whatever. Okay, so it looks like we're out of metal here. No conveyor receptacle. What? Oh, we need to hook this up. Fair enough. So I unfortunately need to put another sweeper over here. And that's going to require another loader. Don't have refined metal for that. Shame. Shame. And as for the ladder, we're going to have to put a ladder here so we can actually reach this. Right, let's actually take that wire and make it out of something else. Well, that's not very convenient. Maybe cancel this for now. Then we can actually finish this wire, which is probably more important. There you go. That is already a wire. And then, yeah, let's do that as well. Then hook it up like this. Okay, that's alright. We haven't really been doing anything over here. I think you're still just grabbing all the metal, right? And food, I suppose. Oh well, at least these are growing again. At least the base is cooling again. That's good. Oh, well, this is not going quite as quickly as I wanted it to, but that's fine. Whiskers, you've been a very silly sausage tonight, and you do recognize that my fingers are here. Man, I'll tell you what. I'm looking forward to this Frosty Planet DLC being finished, because then I can play a Frosty run again and hopefully mentally cool down. That would be ideal. Frankie is still in the mood. Just gotta wait for the volcano to erupt. We're gonna get rid of the sand too. Looks like there's still some oxalite. We do need to actually dig that out. So there you go. Expose that, please. Yeah, a lot of it is just them running around and collecting all the iron at the moment. Some random metal blobs down here as well. It's not bueno. We did collect all the random refined metal around the volcanoes as well. Sadly that no longer exists. This is set to 1,000 grams of pressure, that's fine. So yeah, this room should fill up with enough hydrogen that we're definitely not going to get any slime off gassing in here. Yeah, please finish the wire. It's because they're grabbing individual bits of metal and bringing them up one at a time. Also, we've entombed this guy by accident. That was not really what we wanted. Funny thing is, we could probably actually get some plastic tile for them to run on. Fill in a few of these. I don't really want to waste plastic on that. How much plastic do we have available? A fair bit. Wait. Where's all the glossy Dracos gone? Hello? What's going on? We can bring glossy Dracos in here. You are allowed. Are we not picking them? Oh, we're not allowed to pick them up. Oh, that's very funny. Yeah, start picking up all the glossy Dracos and move them back in here. So our plastic production actually stopped. We weren't even really paying attention. Well, that's not good. I'm idle. Really? I'm idle? Oh, I can't reach this because of sand. Fair enough. And then we'll just keep dumping all this salt water in here. And then eventually that will get hooked up. So, easiest way of doing it over here would probably be just something like this. Whatever you do, don't trap yourself in the sand. That would be bad. And we probably actually need to dig these tiles as well, just to get the stuff to move. And avoid gas-related shenanigans. Oh, what's going on, game? There's one power segment left to build. Right, there you go. Okay, so now all that stuff's powered. You also need to build this. We have to cancel the copper wires. And then we do have enough iron to replace this. Let's replace that. We have to actually send this here. Along these lines. So we need some more refined metal for the conduction panels. Pacu stuff will come, hopefully. We've got to wait for a bit more refined metal, though. This build doesn't look like it uses too much refined metal. So we'll have to investigate. Who is scolding? You're occasionally scolding running past the thermoregulator. We know this. Right. You picked up the glossy Draco. You're bringing it in here. We have the plants. Yeah, and you're immediately looking for food. Good. No, you're heading for the critter combo first. We still have a good number of regular Dracos, so that's good. But yes, we could have done with a few more glossy Dracos. That would have been nice. Looks like we actually have some copper available again. So how about you build this one out of copper? And then that conveyor rail can just come and merge with all of these down here. That's not the right one though. It needs to go that way. So I think the plan is just to send it here. Why didn't I just do this? That would have been way easier. And then, actually, while I'm on that note, why aren't I just doing this? That would make a lot more sense. But yeah, once we've got the Pacu here, food stock should go up a lot more, and we can probably actually stop running the bog buckets. It's alright at the moment because we're just pumping random water out of the environment here. But we are eventually going to run out of random water. So I don't want to be relying on the bog buckets at all. There probably was a way of fitting the Pacu here, but not with the atmosuit dock. Also, on this planet, we've made all those masks now, presumably, so let's deliver some more over here, and then actually... Looks like you have dealt with the backlog of the payloads, that's good. There we go. Nobody's stressing out over there. So obviously, if we just let this run, this save to run forever, we would run out of filtration medium at the moment. That's the issue. We haven't got any saltwater geysers hooked up to boilers. I think we would probably end up. So this planet, let's see. Let's have a look at the star map. So yeah, there's no heat source on this planet apart from the magma. We could potentially boil this with the magma or a nuclear reactor. Maybe we just do a nuclear reactor here to boil this, and then we would export the salt rather than exporting the salt water. Whenever you're exporting stuff, you want to export the product that is the least mass so that you don't have to fire so many payloads off. What stage you at now? Okay, you are actually digging all this out. That's good. We still need more refined metal. We are literally just waiting for the volcano to erupt now. That's fine. Where am I? It would be nice to actually have my character go and have a wander down here. Oh, look! Regular iron. Hold the phone. We do need this. You are going to get irradiated, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. So let's actually... what we'll do is we'll dig that, and then we'll also dig a little passageway under here for the water. And then let's priority 9 this dig. There you go. You can't reach this because you need a ladder. Fair enough. Oh, hold on. Yeah, put that here, and then we can climb across. But at least all the salt water is merging now. We can just put a pump down here or something for the water weeds. And then we can set those up. How's this conveyor looking now? Yeah, so the water is being moved around. Why are people exhausted? What is going on? You guys should not be getting exhausted. You have plenty of downtime. You have plenty of beds as well. Some shenanigans involving suits, maybe? What skimmer? I think we disconnected the skimmer. That can go here. We've been building up slightly too much carbon dioxide. This is all hooked up to the same system now, so this shouldn't interfere with that. Good. How do you guys like to beat the heat in real life? Because it's like 30 degrees here at the moment. Any tips and tricks? I do have a floor fan. I'm like half a degree away from activating the floor fan, but I haven't even plugged that in yet. I don't know where I'm going to plug that in these days. Yeah, this is working pretty well to cool the transformers. We could probably... I would replace these tiles, but I don't want to leak any of this liquid at this stage. Right, there we go. More conduction panels. So... I can go there, I can go there. This bridge needs to go here for fairly obvious reasons. And then... And now, probably going here. You're drinking a cider? Well, I had a beer earlier, so that's a start. Yeah, we'll just hook it up like this. Whatever. We have the payload empty for emptying any liquids, which we solved a while ago. That random pipe here can be removed. Same with that one. Okay, food's bouncing back. That's good. Made some more omelets, getting some more random slug eggs, apparently. Yeah, I like to see it. It still very much seems to me like the duplicates are just going to deliver the slime. Where are you storing the slime? What? Why are you storing it here? Oh, you're just going to go grab more. Okay. The Buddy Buds are trying their best to make the floral scent germs. But I think I changed it so that Slime Lung does eventually overpower it. Okay, so it looks like you are going to drop it off in here first. And we need to keep an eye on what happens to the germy slime. Good to see we're using a gas range, though. Fancy dupes. Cozy puff heads are so cute. Yeah, I know. They are very cute. I'm pretty happy with how we decorated things in this run. Obviously, it's kind of a pain that we didn't have enough granite to do everything. I'm just going to commit to the ceramic drywall now. Yes, it's expensive. We also have 60,000 tons of it. So, enjoy. There you go. Who's suffocating? I'm suffocating. Oh, God. Oh, I've really screwed the pooch on this one, haven't I? Look at this. Am I actually going to survive? This is one of those cases where you trap yourself in a way where you can definitely end up dying. Well, if we die in this run, I think that's I think it's probably a sign that we should end the run. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're fine. Our dupe is quite fast. They're well trained. Just try to dump all this liquid out. Yeah, dig that up. Probably dig this up as well. You're almost done with this. Not enough copper? Really? Okay, we'll just make that iron then. And then you can remove this. We don't need that. And then this can just connect like this now. There you go. So we'll get active cooling on all of these. We do need more wires. We need some more refined metal in general for this. You know what? Sure. Humor me. There you go. We've got a nice little polychrome wire going on here. They should add bismuth to this game. I don't think it would do anything useful. I just think it'd be funny. Look how quickly they're building all the blooming drywall. I love building with drywall. That's all made out of ceramic. That's all made out of granite. It's all made out of ceramic. Granite. Have we actually... Okay. So in this room we did it out of sedimentary because no one's actually going in there. Fair enough. I thought there was one room where it was different. I suppose not. Yeah, look how quickly they're all doing this. These sods. Oh, a challenging task that we really need doing quickly to actually progress the run. Nah. Putting random drywall up? Hell yeah. Oh well, I can't really blame them. It does look good. We never sent the puffs over either. We have done puffs before, so I'm not overly sad about missing out on that. I'm quite tempted by the idea of a nomadic playthrough, where we start on one asteroid and we move most of our dupes over to new asteroids. Because on this run, I've been very conscious we've had most of our dupes hanging out on the other planets, not really doing very much. We could probably have moved more of these to other planets if they had the actual oxygen available. This planet does not have very much oxygen available, which is why we haven't just moved more people here yet. We would have to electrolyze a lot of the polluted water, and that wouldn't be sustainable long term. This asteroid, I think we would have been alright on, because we've got a polluted water geyser. So we probably could have had more people here. But we kind of like harness the oil, and then there isn't that much more that we actually need to do over here for now. So I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense if we're actually doing like a proper spaced out run to do it nomadic, and that way we haven't got a load of dupes running around not really doing anything. We can move them all back and forth between the planets as needed. We can prioritize rocket tech. We can prioritize getting some petroleum for the fuel, and use a petroleum rocket to get everywhere. Maybe that's what we do for the Frosty Planet run. Start on the Frosty Planet and then visit all the others with our hardened Yeti-style dupes. That sounds like a good plan. So that needs to go there. No, that's wrong. Cancel that. So that needs to go on here. Yeah, there you go. And the end goal would be to visit every asteroid and do all the actual spaced out content I haven't gotten around to doing yet, because we've been hanging around the early game so much, and whenever we get far enough, either we blow up the colony through some stupid mistake, or a new DLC comes out. So our Boreal Airheads, we kind of tanked that run because we exploded steam all over the map in such a way that by the time we could actually fix our spawn, which we disconnected, someone told us to disconnect our, not disconnect our spawn, but like set it up so the hydrogen was just dumping into the environment, because we filled the entire hydrogen environment with hydrogen. And then once it all filled with steam, because we ended up producing so much steam from boiling stuff in the magma biome, the hydrogen went all out of whack, and then we had to reset our spawn because it broke, and it put hydrogen in the oxygen bit. And it was positioned far enough away from the base, and all of our dupes were mouth breathers, because that was the mouth breathers challenge run. To actually fix it would have probably meant it probably would have been deadly. We probably could have done it, but whether it would have been worth it for the run was another question. Rhyme Revenge, that was a straight up mistake. So our plan was to run loads of stone hatches and feed them from, like, what, 15 magma volcanoes on the map? Except I screwed up the maths, and we actually had somewhere in the region of 400 hatches in branches being actively branched, and we would have needed something like 50 magma volcanoes to handle that. So we way over-egged it on the hatches, and we actually ran out of rock. We still have mafic rock, which I couldn't eat, so we could have built stuff out of mafic rock, but the hatches would have started starving pretty quickly. And everything in that run was coal-powered, because why wouldn't it? We had so many friggin' hatches. You've actually never made it past cycles 350 or so. This kind of late game is too overwhelming for me, but I like to start again and try different designs. That's the thing, like, restarting in this game is very fun. You learn a bit more each time. And the problem with this game is the late game stuff. By the time you actually get to it, your performance has decreased because you've got lots of dupes doing necessary things on other planets, and you've probably got lots of critters. Unless you're really careful about managing the performance impact of things, unless you have a really high-end machine, higher end than what I've got, you are going to get down to about 10 to 20 FPS in the late game. This run is alright, but that's mostly because we're just running at speed 1. If we run it higher than speed 1, then the dupes start pondering their errands a lot and not really being more efficient. So that is the annoying thing with that. Right, let's put another ladder here so you can actually access all of this. You guys are idle because you're not getting suit stuff. It might be the gas is mixing. Well, that's very true. We could certainly be more careful about that. I haven't been overly fussed about that on this run because our main aim was just to survive to start with. Like, this run is in a good position where we would just continue it, were it not for the fact that a new DLC was coming out. And I am planning on continuing it for a while so that we can get some more things tested out on a relatively stable run. But, yeah. Managed to hit cycle 400. So the highest cycle count we got to was 914, and that was on Flip Farters, where we had only flatulent dupes. So because of that, we were super conscious about all of our gas situation, and we had relatively few dupes, and we basically did end up moving everyone to the asteroids where work needed doing. So I think that's the run that we had the most overall success with. I think this run would probably be a contender. The thing with Flip Farters is Meteors weren't implemented back then, so it was a bit easier, to be honest. And we had the teleporter, which helped a lot. But I still think this run has gone pretty well. Like, the horizontal power stuff, the Meteor defense, testing out blast shots, harvesting all the different Meteor types and using them for different things. That's all been good. Vacuum freezing, hydrogen geotuning. What else did we do? Yeah, I really like the whole freezer into the radiant tile block. We'll try it next time with the freezer, with the metal tile here where the conduction runs through. Give that a try instead. Cool the food that way. We built the cool steam condenser as well. I am happy with this build. It was pretty effective to run. Also, I've just noticed my light hasn't turned on. Why hasn't my light turned on? That should have been running the whole time. Right, activate. No, I don't need an ad. I need you to activate my friggin' light. Well, I guess we're just going without the light for now. I have got my other lamp. That's why the lighting looks kind of weird. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It certainly gets the job done. The Luma Place build for this was still more effective because it didn't require power to actually condense to take it out with the steam turbine. But this was pretty easy to set up. I've got to try that one, the Tony Advanced build at some point. Maybe we'll do that next time. Yeah, I think we've learned a few specific important things. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to sort out my light, and I'll be right back. So in the meantime, you can enjoy some fish. That's not the right thing either. Well, I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure I can actually turn it back on without closing the stream. So we're not doing that. We're just going to cope with the weird lighting. The Hillstream emojis are chasing each other around. Oh, yeah, look, there you go. You can see him. Oh. Your entire endgame save has the timeout vacuumed out. Still 12, 15 FPS. Pacu. Yes. Pacu are certainly a frame hog. We have got dupes in here digging around now. I don't know how you got in here, to be honest. Building random ceramic tiles, that's fine. That's fine, you can get out of here, I believe in you. We can remove these. You are going to pee yourself, though. That's a sacrifice that we're willing to make. So you get the work done. So this can be set to all. Yeah, that looks good. Because we basically have two different styles we flip between on our playthroughs. Either we do spaced out where we have less dupes, we usually run at a faster speed. We're not at the moment because of performance. And probably the fact that it's summer as well. Or we have lots of dupes on one asteroid and we do classic. And in the past, when we've done those classic runs, I think we tended to over-egg it a little bit. Also, I'm aware we build a lot of pipe spaghetti, but I don't feel like it's an excessive amount of spaghetti. I feel like that's not what's tanking the performance. But we're doing alright for now. It's just the duplicates are mostly just idling around when they've got a lot of errands. They don't actually have a lot of errands at the moment, so I think we'll be alright to speed to it. Grab an eggshell? Really? Making lime? Yeah, we'll speed to it now. So this is all done. I'm pretty happy with all of this. That should keep this whole area clear. We put some bunker tiles here, so there shouldn't be anything anywhere Meteor can get over here. Can we put one more over here? No, we don't have the steel. Okay, that's fine. I'm idle again. Okay, am I actually finished with the digs now? Kind of. Let's dig over here. And then we don't have to do that because none of the water actually ended up pouring down that way. I would like to explore over here and see if there's any more geysers. We can probably set up water weeds over here while we're waiting for other stuff. You've got unreachable food. Yeah, I know that. It's alright, you can do it. No problem with a little bit of forced labor. What we got over here? Some kind of shenanigans. Yeah, speed 2's fine. Maybe I was overly worrying about that. I mean, let's test it. So, yeah, that's an acceptable level of pondering, I think. But sometimes you just have them waiting for absolutely ages between errands, and then there's no point speeding up because the dupes aren't doing anything any faster. Like, we have relatively few errands here. If we have more, then it would be worse in regards to the lag. I don't think we need to worry about that too much. Right, so why can't you access... Oh, you're getting harassed by poke shells? That's very funny. You can't get up here because of sand. Okay. So you can dig that out. There's another satellite that's very funny as well. So these things, yeah, so they take saltwater irrigation and they get fertilized with bleach stone. That's another reason why we don't normally bother with water weeds, is fertilizing with bleach stone. But I think it's going to be acceptable this time. So what we could do is we can also start clearing out all of this stuff. That's absolutely fine. And then we'll make a little bit more room. So maybe something like... we'll just put a ladder here. We'll start digging all of this out. Yeah, leave that tile there. Having a little bit of iron is definitely helpful. You got radiation sickness yet? Oh, look! Oh, no, I'm getting beat by the poke shell. Angry poke shells. Thankfully, they can't climb ladders. Hmm. You made it. You've escaped. You didn't pee yourself, I don't think. Nope, I'm not seeing any evidence of peeing. I think we're all good. Copper activates in 15 cycles. This activates in 25 cycles. This activates... oh, this is active now again. Good. This activates in 69 cycles. It's kind of wild. This is currently active. This goes dormant in 20 cycles. Yes, I would... so here's the thing that I really want the devs to do that they haven't done for a while. I want them to add more performance tracking tools in the game so you can see what actually uses up performance impact in this game. I think that would be super helpful. But I'm also not exactly sure the devs actually want to reveal the information. So, fair enough. Who's idle? Not me. Yeah, keep digging this out. Keep building the tiles. You guys don't have too many errands anymore. You don't have that many suits, but you're also not showing us idle over here, so you clearly do have stuff to do. I feel like these should be set to priority 1. We shouldn't be delivering stuff to these. I could just restrict access to the room. We set this all up with conveyors. So maybe we just turn off access now. There's no point running this all with conveyors and then not doing anything with it. You guys were running over here. Why? Operational supply. Oh, you're still grabbing more slime. Okay, fair enough. Everyone has a hard-on for supplying. I mean, that's all well and good, but... we've got everyone. Every single dupe on this planet is priority 2 for building. We don't have that many people priority 1 for digging. I think we just increase building priority by... digging priority by 1 in general. I think that's probably a good idea. Everyone's going to be digging in suits, so they're all going to have acceptable... they're all going to have acceptable digging skill. So we'll just do that. There's still a little bit of slime lung on this. No one ever even caught slime lung. Like, we didn't even, like, actively control slime lung for a while, and nobody caught it. That's kind of disappointing. And then let's... yes, this is all priority 7 digs, so you might as well dig this all up. Where are you going? You're grabbing this tiny amount of slime. I'm going to be honest, guys. This doesn't seem like the best use of your time. They're trying their best. The Dracos aren't... Yeah, the glossy Dracos aren't overheating. They just... We just kind of goofed. You recently heard they nerfed Slime Lung. I was really surprised because it was such a disaster when they updated it. I remember when digging into slime killed my first colony. Yeah, that was ages ago. I don't think I ever experienced that at all in the game, which was kind of disappointing. More hatches running around down here. Right, you are actually digging this now. That's good. I think we can leave it on speed 2 because you shouldn't have that many errands left to do now. So you shouldn't be able to access this anymore, so you should be delivering stuff inside the base. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. So we're on speed 2, and they're kind of pausing a lot between all the digs. It's not too bad, but it's bad enough that it's like, I'm kind of annoyed about it. Maybe they overcorrected a bit, but I'm also so cautious with slime now, I'm not going to authority in that. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, Slime Lung can kill a dupe because the breath penalty is significant if you're not managing your oxygen super well. But if everyone's in suits, your dupes generally aren't going to get into circumstances where the breath penalty will actually kill them. It's only if you're handling Slime Lung gems without your dupes being in suits. Really. Yeah, we have so many Hillstream Loach Fry now, and they're all getting pretty big. Like, in a couple of months, we're going to have, like, actual, like, 10 adult Hillstream Loaches. Apparently, so I learned, apparently they don't actually mind being in big groups. They do get territorial over space, but that's more so if there's a small number of them. If you have, like, a pair, they get very territorial. And then the territorialness of the fish changes. Like, as you get more of them, they each become less territorial because they're in a bigger group, if that makes sense. So you do need more space in the tank, but not as much as you think. And because our platies are getting old and their population is kind of winding down, I think I'm probably just happy with that surplus amount of dudes being replaced with the, what is going on here? Oh, this pipe shouldn't be running through here at all. Right, hold the phone. We overcorrected on this for sure. Right, cancel this. We've got polluted water just boiling over here, and it's been doing this for ages. I haven't noticed. Yeah, this should be fine. So disconnect this and that will run out that way. And then, yeah, you guys build that pipe quickly. You like building pipe. Okay, I think we're actually almost ready. So, let's see. This pipe here is going into this room to fill the coolant loop. So I think that's fine. But all we do is we move it down here. And we cut it off here. And we cut it off here. And then that's going to drain out. Is that actually still going into the coolant loop? We are trying to actively filter polluted water out of there, but I think we're still pumping more of it in. So maybe for now, instead of doing that, we just send this here for now. Drain this. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. Empty the pipe and then we'll reconnect it the other way. This seems quick enough. I'm idle again? No, someone else is. That's fine. Right, so... Oh, now this is reversed completely. Okay, that's not what we did. Disconnect that. So now we can remove this. This is currently no longer flowing. Okay, it's trying to get there. That's good. And we're almost ready to start building the Pacu. This is going to happen today. Man, this lighting is so lopsided when this light doesn't work. That's peeing me off that I can't actually get this to work. I tried going in the app as well, and it's still so weird. Also, the auto, oh, what's this? The light temperature. This doesn't work very well. My whole setup just frying. Is that what's happened? Let's fix the white balance. What do you mean I can't configure this? Surely I have control over that. That's very weird. I thought I had control over this. Something is definitely broken. I'm gonna not dwell on it. Right. Cancel this. Deconstruct this. Now we can hook that up here. And now all is right with the world. I am idle again. Okay. I'm idle and I probably need to heal up. So let's actually build a cot. For now, that can just go, I don't know, here. No. Here. You're still running fine off excellent for now, but we will put some water weeds in a minute. Right. So these are going to be the bottom of the fish tanks. So let's see how this has been laid out. So we have a 5-wide room with a wall. This is insulated and it has a teppidizer in it. Why does it have a teppidizer? Oh, this is for making the omelets, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, because I think we're just boiling all of the extra eggs. So let's put some insulated tiles here. This can go here. And then they've done it as a 3x5 like this. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's try that. We can keep the neutronium as part of the build. This room doesn't matter too much. We'll want a tile here. And then we want to empty this. This is going to be where we dump the excess fish, I believe. And again, I'll just post a link to the video that we're trying to replicate. Because I just want to try building someone else's Pacu build and see how it works with the new Pacus. And then we'll iterate on that ourselves and we'll do a video on that. Once we've actually developed our own knowledge of this a bit more. We did have a build that worked, but the Pacu have since changed. So I want to just make super sure that I'm not screwing anything up. Also, I've already screwed this up because this needs to actually go one extra tile over here. It should be pretty quick for you guys to actually do this now, though. So that goes there. We need to put the airlock over here. We have a chute. We have a critter sensor. That goes here. We have another tile with... Oh, God. We have another tile with an automated dispenser here. We don't have quite room to do this. So, I straight up don't like builds where they don't actually fit in the 4-tile room structure. I don't really like that because, like, I'm trying to fit the build in a specific gap. And now it's not going to fit in a specific gap, and we need the dispenser to work there for this to actually work. I mean, the only alternative is we actually move it one tile over here, and then we don't have this be insulated. Which won't work because we need... This is obviously holding in all the steam from the volcano. So the only real alternative is that we actually move it all the way over here so we can fit that tile up here, which is, I think, what we're going to have to do, which is not exactly what I wanted to do. So cancel all of this. Deconstruct this. You may as well deconstruct all of that. So the dispenser is going to have to go here. We'll put in a regular tile. There you go. I mean, we're mostly just building this to develop our own knowledge of how this works. So I'm not too fussed. We can put something else in this space. There is room to put something else on the other side. So it's not the end of the world. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be the omelette cooking zone. And then this bit here is... Well, we have to put the dropper there. I think I moved it. I think I need to move this one tile over again. Sorry. Yeah. So that's supposed to be the tile with the water in it. Yeah, so we'll do it like this. And then we'll probably want a ladder here so we can actually get you out. As for me, what am I going to do? I don't know. We need all the sand, to be honest. We should probably... I know we want to export sand back to the planet, so you might as well start digging this out. Just straight up. So... these doors go here. Remove this. The chute here. Put the critter sensor here. Automated dispenser goes here. And then we have some more chutes and some automation. No, that goes one tile lower than that. So we can put another tile here. Let's sweep up all this random liquid as well. I think this actually needs to be a tile. It needs to be a vacuum. Maybe I misinterpreted that. Why am I idle again? There's no way you just dug all of that. Here you go. Have fun. And heal up as well, why don't you? Right, so we want a weight plate immediately after the door. We'll leave water in here for now, that's fine. In fact, let's actually put the tile here, because what we're going to do is we're going to put a liquid tepidizer here. And this is going to be used to heat up the excess eggs into omelets. Which I never considered doing originally, but this seems like a very cool thing to do with the Pacu. Because the eggs are very high mass. I think it was determined that this is strictly more efficient food-wise than just cooking the Pacu fillets, is turning them into omelets. It gives you more calories. The storage bin goes here. Put a conveyor loader in here as well. We do have more iron again. That's good. Conveyor loader, auto sweeper, iron should be fine for all of this. We need to have a fairly large amount of water in here. So probably just a bottle emptier for now and start dumping water in here. Or maybe just a vent. A vent with regular water. It doesn't have to be regular water. We could have polluted water in here, that wouldn't be an issue. So let's sweep this up, put polluted water in here. The gas does not have to be a specific gas. Let's see what else we need. So we need an auto sweeper over here. This needs to be one tile away from that. So it needs to be able to reach the dispenser. Okay. And then we need a weight plate. So this is going to be the first fish tank as well. So once we've done the omelette room, we'll need to seal it off, and then we can probably we can just re-access it through this bit, which is probably fine for now. So we'll open this up, and then we can access it from the other side. Eventually we'll want to seal it off, but we don't need to do that immediately. I'm not going to get a more even light on this without the other lamp. Probably not. It's a reality of it. Oh, hold on, I know what I'm going to do. I don't normally do this. We're going to turn the actual room lights on. The reason I don't do this a lot is because the down lights don't give a particularly good angle on my face. It's better than nothing. I think so, anyways. Right, what's next? So, fish feeder goes here. We need to put more tiles over here as well. And then the room is going to be 4 wide. So that is going to be the whole fish tank area. How many of these breeders are we going to have for now? Probably just like 2? That's better. Yeah, that's a little better. We'll probably just do 2 for now. I think we can expand this fairly easily. You really don't need many breeding fish? Yeah, I just want to try it out. In the past, we just had like 1 breeding tank, and that was enough. I just want to test this out. So we need the fish feeder. We're not doing fish releases, we're doing mechanized airlocks. So we need to remove these 2. And put some more mechanized airlocks in. And these will be in the... some of these will be in the same position. That one's going to stay there for now. Curious to see what this ends up being. Yeah, me too. I'll remember once we've actually built all the automation, for sure. So there's some conveyor sensors. Oh god, I don't know which one this is. It's... There's no way it's a thermo sensor. No, it's an element sensor. That makes more sense. So it's going to go there. We're going to put another door here. I think we just seal this off now because we want to start filling this up. So we obviously need power wires for all of this. Now, the liquid teppidizer is going to require its own wire. I think we hook it up to this one for now, and we aim to put on a separate wire later. Also, this can come down here. There's no reason this needs to go here. I think I've just got a simple weight plate thing with some open doors that fish can flop onto. I think this is basically the same thing. I think this is the main goal of the setup, is to fulfill that function. We'll obviously want to get everything out of these rooms. So actually, instead of doing that, how about we just deconstruct and reconstruct the tiles? I think that'll be quickest. We'll just do that in alternating fashion. In a way that allows us to actually access the areas. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of testing out some other people's builds as well. Lunar Plays has done some pretty interesting stuff, and I want to test it out in practice. So this is going to be another fish feeder. And then this is going to be another set of doors. Okay. Okay, so now you can't access any of that. Funny. This is definitely faster than clearing out the debris by other means. I think seeing other people's builds is the main draw of watching ONI streams for me. I really enjoy seeing people experiment and do new things. Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of experimentation with Pacu in the past, and it went pretty well on some runs. But I just want to see what someone else's build brings to the table. this time. Right, let's rebuild all of this. I've got to admit, I'm liking the ceramic tile look. Definitely going to keep it going. So everything else, I think we just hook everything else into this wire as well. We do have a fair bit of iron. This wire, I think we can just send down here. I don't think this stuff's going to run too often. And then we'll have to actually start... we'll have to actually look at the video and start seeing what everything's set to, because there's a fair bit of automation as well. Oh, let's build this stuff in the actual rooms as well. We've got some water forts. Plastic. Good thing we have plastic. Some storage bins. We have some more auto sweepers. This is all looking fairly similar to the principles of my original build for now. So that's good. Yeah, let's get all this stuff built first. I'm not actually worrying about you guys scolding. Still don't have any glossy Dracula eggs. Oh well. They were all just waiting for me to come back. Yeah, hopefully the doors aren't going to drop random debris on here. What's overheating? This auto sweeper. I see. Whatever, I don't care. We should be dumping some extra liquid on this, but I really don't care. Or at least getting the carbon dioxide out of here. Right, deconstruct these two tiles. Deconstruct this tile. Rebuild these. Rebuild those. Let's see, it looks like we've got an AND gate here. That's fine. Ah, I've noticed something else. We have conveyor loaders on the underside here. So again, it doesn't quite fit in the 4x4 tile space. I love how it has a little wave thing for saying building not submerged. We don't want any more dupes. I should probably just ignore the printing pod now. Yeah, rebuild this. We do still need just a little bit more stuff. So this is going to be a 16 tile area and it's going to have a water port. So presumably this is going to allow 3 Pacu per breeder tank. We're going to up to get a 0.7 cycles and then we'll actually be able to do something. So, in terms of the gold, I think we're still very much just feeding the plug slugs at the moment, or trying to feed them. That's where all of that's been going. It looks like we put, yeah, just gold in here, which is why we haven't been seeing any profit from the gold volcano. We still do need to do this for food. So, yeah. That's why we're trying to set this up. So we don't need to rely on the plug slugs so much for food. Let's see, more wires. Wire goes here. Wire goes here. This wire will pack all the other stuff, or catch all the other stuff. It's fine. We probably could do more over here. We also need critter sensors in here. That does make sense. So, directly over the storage bins. I don't think we actually need a roof on this, so we'll just leave the roof off for now. Oh, there's a bit for Pacu at the end. I think we're going to leave that out for now and see what happens. Okay, let's rebuild this tile. We do need some water in here. So let's actually dump some water. This vent is just going to be for polluted water, so we'll just dump that into a fairly high level, so we can actually get the liquid tepidizer working. Oh, we've queued up all this conductive wire to be made out of gold. It's not ideal because that's all going into the plug slugs. I believe it is queued up though, so maybe it's just in the base somewhere and we have access to it, but it's not immediately obvious. Doesn't seem like it. Well, let's get this sorted out for now. Okay, so polluted water is going in here. That's good. And then dump some regular water in here. Mm-hmm. How about we just turn this off for now? So we need the gold for doing various other things. Also, what cobalt actually melted here? It's quite funny. Yeah, so now you have access to gold. So presumably now someone is going to come and deliver this wire. Right, we've got a little bit of water in here. Probably need a bit more than that. But enough so that the Pacu aren't flopping around, I think. Now, getting in here is going to be a pain once we fill these up with water. We do need to fill these up with water as well, actually, so maybe we need an actual water pipe for this. Right, well, we have a water pipe here. I think what we do is we take off a bridge. Then we loop it round here. And then we take it off via a bridge. And then we actually put some liquid vents down here. I usually try and put liquid vents in these builds so that we can fill it with liquid fairly easily. So maybe just open these for now. And let this whole area fill up. So maybe something like this. And then some vents. And then we'll just keep dumping water in here because this doesn't need to fill up super quickly. Can we actually reach all of this? I'm not really convinced. Let's build a ladder. Just to make sure. set this to open as well. And then we've got some more iron, so let's continue with this. Have you already fed all the gold to the freaking slugs? Yes. Very amusing game. Highly, highly amusing. They're still looking for food. Well, we didn't intend to starvation ranch those slugs, but we probably are. Hooray. So we don't have any debris left in here. We are probably going to have to hook up automation or something. So let's actually have a look at some more overviews. Let's see. So we're looking at the pressure plate variant in the video. Oh, we got hit by an ad. Fair enough. Can we just set this to all? Man, I don't know. I'll wait until we have a look at the settings. Yeah, pour all the water in here in the meantime. This door needs to be here to form a separate room. So that's fine. So I need to see like an automation overlay or something. Okay, I've got a conveyor overlay, that'll do. So. It looks like we're taking all the stuff out of the room. And we're shoving it on conveyor rails that are going this way. And then we're putting some bridges up here. It looks like the bridges aren't super necessary. So we'll just go up. And then over here, we'll try and dump them in this room first, and then automation logic will dictate whether we dump them in here instead. Let's actually do it like that. That's how they did it in the video. Okay, we can build that. That's fine. And then what about... Oh, automation? Okay, we've got some automation going on here. Let's try and figure this out. Do we have any metal for doing this? No. Okay. I guess there's a little bit of waiting around for the stuff. Right. I think we're going to have to make this out of iron. Straight up. I think we're going to have to make everything out of iron. Because we need to feed the plug slugs the other metals. This is the planet where we're supposed to be exporting all the metal, refined metals from. This is not what we intended. Also, we definitely need to stop this now, so deactivate that. You are definitely full enough of stuff. Also, we have slime lung germs in the polluted water. That's very funny. Yep, this all has slime lung in it now. Okay. Feels bad, man. I believe we need some airflow tiles here to let the gases out. So let's do that. We're up to 0.3 cycles. Look, I know the copper tile's really nice. I think we just need the metal. I don't overly care anymore, to be honest. So let's replace it for now. Yeah, I don't really care. Let's just replace it for now. So more sedimentary rock. And then this way, we've actually got some metal to build the rest of this stuff out of, because I don't want to lollygag anymore today. I feel like we've already been lollygagging a little bit. This is a nice to have, not a luxury. Well, it's a luxury, not a mandatory. Also, we haven't had any Sonic Meteors yet. Let me know when we get some Meteors. I want to see the new slime handling system in action. Does seem like less germs have been getting into the base. I'm not sure whether it's just because the dupes have been doing less or not. Presumably we don't have too much steam in here. Oh, you can remove this pipe as well. That's fine. Yeah, go for it. It also looks like it's going to take a while to actually fill these rooms with water. Oh boy. So what's the constraint on this? No pending deliveries. We're just not getting any polluted water in here. Doesn't even seem blocked. It's just straight up not running. Does it not have filtration medium? Oh, we're building a tile, is that it? No. I don't think we have filtration medium. Yeah, we don't have filtration medium to run the sieve. Well, that's fun. Yay, lack of filtration medium. I think people are collecting stuff. Look, I'm just going to tell you not to do eggshell anymore. I don't really care about that. We need sand so we can operate the sieve. Right. Okay, so we got loads of copper again. Let's just build everything out of copper now. So we can actually get it done. So this can all go over here. That can go down here. Then the automation. So yes, I will explain this at some point, but not today. So we have a NOT gate going... Okay, let's not make this out of steel. Haha. So we have a NOT gate going in here. We have a bridge coming around the outside of the tank. So that wire goes down one and around this. We then put a bridge in here. That goes one higher. So that goes there. That goes into this door, and then we can't have the vent here. The vent needs to move up, so it's out of the way of the automation. Shame. Hey, Tagoat, how you doing? We are testing out one of Luma Plays' Pacu builds today. I want to see how it works. So that's what we are currently doing. I believe our slime harvesting for our Meteors is fully operational now as well, but we've got to wait to see. We've got to wait to see until some actual Meteors land to do that. And also my lamp turned off, and I'm salty about it. I'm not sure what's happened with that. But this is also the last stream of the week, so I'm going on holiday, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So it looks like we need to put in some. Oh. Wait. I could hear Meteors. Yeah, I could hear Meteors. Okay, here we go. Yeah, looks like stuff is getting chugged into the auto sweepers. Yeah, looks like... Okay, looks like it's actually metals today. So I guess we're not gonna test the slime capabilities, but that's good. Yeah, there's a big regolith meteor. Okay, there we go. So the regolith is getting handled properly now. That's what I like to see. This is one of those showers that was going to be really dangerous. But the blast shots are proving pretty effective. Although this stuff is still getting a little bit damaged. I like it. Yeah, they're getting tested a bit more today, but we've actually got enough power to run them now. It's really important we don't let the regolith meteors get down here. Yay! Excellent. And then that's all getting dumped in here, and then we can use all the regolith. Great. So now we don't actually have to queue up dig commands with all the dupes. And if we do have anything that's germy, it's going to get irradiated in here and hopefully die a death. Okay, I'm glad to see it. It doesn't seem to be having any issues either. Let's keep going. So we're still dumping the water. Let's put in the filter gate. So that's going to go here. And I saw another one over there as well. This gets hooked up here. This gets hooked up here. And then the critter sensor goes in here as well. The weight plate goes up to this AND gate. And so does the conveyor sensor. And then those trigger the chute. Hey Grey Area, hope you're doing well. We are testing out Luma Play's Pacu build at the moment. That is the aim. So then this goes over here, and presumably this is the same thing. And we run these in series. Okay. So we want to filter out the fry eggs as well. So this makes sense. So what we're doing is... And then we'll set this to a certain weight. I think I'm going to have to look in here and examine this a bit more thoroughly. Sorry, there's going to be a little bit of dead space. We're in the process. I just want to see how Luma Play's build works with the Pacu and run it for a bit. We set up the omelette cooker as well, because I'm very curious about that. So the weight plate is set to above 40. Is that right? Trying to actually interpret this video with it muted probably isn't the best idea. 48. Send green signal below 48. And there isn't any debris on it. We made sure of that, so that's fine. I'm just going to leave the printables in the pod. I don't care about that anymore. So each Pacu egg. Let's see how much each Pacu egg weighs. Pacu-woos. So these weigh 4 kilograms. So this is effectively... So if there's less than 12 Pacu and... Yeah, so if there's less than 12 Pacu eggs on this tile and the item that's on the conveyor is a Pacu egg, it gets dropped here. Otherwise, it gets dropped here, where they get to hang out in this pool of water. I guess. So let's sweep up all of this as well. I could probably just put the vent over here and that would work. Let's just do that, because then it will go half and half between the two. It's fair enough. Okay, so what else do we need to do automation-wise? Let's continue playing the video. Sorry, the commentary probably isn't amazing tonight. While I'm trying to figure out how to replicate this build. But that does make sense. Now, there doesn't be any automation for the auto sweep. Then there's a few random Pacu over there. So what's this critter sensor hooked up to? Presumably the chute. This should be set to count critters above 0. Oh, and this... So this is presumably detecting how many Pacu are actually in the room. Again, it doesn't really say. That's annoying. So, presumably, if there's more than 2 in here, then the door will close. Because I think 3 Pacu would be happy in a 16-tile area. And then, after a while, it gets translated over to here. So once all the rooms are full, this door opens, and they'll flop into here. So green signal up above 2. Oh, I see what happens. So the Pacu is supposed to flop in here. So this needs to be below 2. No. Oh, right, because this needs to be hooked up to the actual room itself. Okay. I think we can seal this off now. So let's seal this off. The 2 different tank areas do need to be discrete for this to work. I believe we can actually seal this off from the open doors at the moment, so let's just do that. So this should work at below 2. Below 3. Once the rooms are sealed off, then these doors will reopen. Yeah, so these rooms will fill up with Pacu wandering across from this room over here. They'll flop over while it's filling them up, the breeders, and then once they're filled up, the Pacu will flop over here and then they'll get eaten. And then presumably some extra Pacu occasionally flop over here. Okay, I think this makes sense. Then what are we actually putting in here? I don't know. Oh god, Devin has sealed himself in the Pacu room. That's not ideal. Well, I guess you're gonna have to get out. Right, rebuild these. Get out of here. There you go. Good idea, Devin. Right, so now these doors are open. Okay, so this makes sense to me, this bit. And then anything that's regular food. Oh, I see. So anything that is regular food that gets dumped in here, because that chute is... Okay, so we shouldn't get regular food in here. I'm presuming this is just set to all and everything is just getting dumped in this room. If it's not supposed to go in here. And then presumably we just set this to algae. So for now I'm going to set this to 1 kilogram of algae. And we'll get you guys to fill these. Oh, and then what we do is we just put a storage bin full of algae, probably. And then that goes here. Then what about the omelette cooker? So how does that work? I think we need to do something a bit different with this. Oh right, so oh right, okay, so that's what the empty tile is here, so the auto sweep can access this bit. Ah, yeah, I see, okay. So we need to remove this tile so the auto sweep has access. Good. You're running now and heating this up. So we should probably... Well, we should probably seal that off in a minute, but I think there's still stuff to build. We do need a power wire, which we have. So this critter center is activating and going to the chute. What is that actually being set to? We'll look. presume he's going to click on all the critter sensors in the video. Yeah, this is set to below 3 critters. Okay, that's good. No, I don't need another ad. God, I forget how many ads actually play on YouTube sometimes. It's kind of ridiculous. But I guess I shouldn't really complain. Right, it doesn't seem like the dupes can actually get over here, so I think I need to dig this out and ladder over here as well. Okay, we don't need the manual variant. Yeah, just show me the other conveyor, the critter sensor. Can't figure out what's actually supposed to be set to. I think I may need to watch this with sound on for a minute. So I think we're going to have a quick intermission and then we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. In the meantime, enjoy some actual fish. Okay, I'm back. So, I couldn't figure out what that critter sensor was actually used for. But, I did learn some things. So, this conveyor loader, so this is going to be set to only omelets. Because what we're doing with this is we're dumping the raw egg specifically in here. We're picking that up and we're dumping it in the storage bin. So that's going to be set to raw egg. So, cooking ingredient. No, that's not right. That's not right. No, it's the actual Pacu eggs. I see, so that's the actual Pacu eggs. So critter egg goes here. Oh, right, I see what happens. So, essentially, we are taking the Pacu eggs, we're dumping them here, primarily. If it detects an egg, and if there's a sufficient amount on this weight plate, the chute opens. I think what this means is it will send some extra eggs over here, and then those eggs will get moved into this bin. Yeah. And then the eggs will get cooked in the bin into omelets, because the room is going to be above the 75 degrees C temperature where the eggs change into omelets, and then the omelets will get pumped out. So we don't need to do anything else with this room. We just need to build the conveyor rail and export the omelets. So that is just going to go onto our food line, which is going up here. Yeah, that's where that's dumping into. So that could just bridge on here, I guess. So send that over here so we're not fiddling around with it more than we need to. And then that can go up here. And then that can just bridge on... No, stop pressing the wrong buttons. So that can bridge on here. And then that shouldn't get confused. Okay. And then some excess fish will end up here. So this, I think we automate this in such a way that it lets us control how many fish we get for Pacu fillet, and how many omelets we get for more calories overall, which is an interesting approach. But to answer your question, no, I have not fully figured it out. To be honest. My brain is kind of turning to goo. We do actually need to build that, so we'll let them build the conveyor rail first. I'm idle again. I'm more injured than I was before, because the poke shells have been getting me. Maybe we stop digging out the sand for now. Yeah, you're building all the conveyor rail now, that's fine. Let's clear this again. Oh. No, I think I've determined I shouldn't have played this tonight. It's too hot. I wanted to make some progress. At least we've had a little look at the build, but I'm not really confident in it yet. We're also still trying to fill this up with water. So the build recommended filling up storage bins with algae and then gradually feeding it to the fish. But how are the dupes supposed to get in here after the fact? Are they supposed to load it from up top? Do we even have any algae? We do have algae. Okay, so all the algae goes in here. I think I would rather just have the algae up here. And obviously it needs to be on an auto sweeper so that it gets distributed out well. I believe that's what this is for as well. Hello Danathor, hope you're doing well. We are trying to interpret Luma Play's build on Pacu. Trying to figure all that out. So these auto sweepers access the loaders here. I guess it's an attempt to try and actually fit everything in this building, with, in this room with the critter forts. I think, honestly, I would just... I don't think these storage bins are needed. I would just put the conveyor loaders here. But I'm very aware that I'm probably misinterpreting this build. I'm going to have to come back to this when I'm a bit more awake. So... this should be set to send green signal if below 48. So this will fill this up with 12 eggs. Then it will open up. No. This will fill us up with 12 eggs. Then it will pass the eggs into this room, where the eggs will get grabbed. And then I think we only want to dump the eggs in here if we have at least 6 fish in here, maybe? Oh, right, I see. Okay, yeah. So we set this to critters only. So what we'll do is we'll let the Pacu flop in here for a while first, and then we'll send the eggs down here. Okay, I think this all makes sense to me now. But we're going to have to test it out. So we will do that at some point. We've insulated this room now, so this should get up to temperature properly. We've just been injecting a load of heat into the map while we've been getting this up to temperature. But that's fine. This should stay hot enough to not have too many issues. It's reached the target temperature, that's good. You know they changed Pacus, don't know exactly what they did, saw lots of Pacu farms were broken. So, I think in essence, this is going to work the same way that our previous Pacu farm worked. The difference is, we have 3 Pacu in a tank here, breeding. These guys do not endlessly produce eggs themselves. So the breeders are in here, and we're distributing it. Oh, hold on. You should be set to manual, right? Yeah, you're just dumping stuff in here now. So I think this needs to be, what? Eggshell, that's what this is supposed to be. And we need to make sure the dupes can't get in here to endlessly dump this stuff. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright. So... we can put some doors here and restrict this. Let's just put some doors here and restrict this. We don't need the bottle emptier anymore, so turn that off. The water should just be spilling equally between these 2 bits now. So each of these tanks, once it's full, is going to have 3 Pacu. And I missed an important part over here as well. We actually need a little pool of water to lure the Pacu over. Because what's going to happen is the doors are going to be open. The Pacu is going to try and flop to the stuff over here, and then the door is going to open. So maybe just do this for now. And then we can lure them over with a nice pool of water and distribute over. So let's see if I can find the footage of the Pacu flopping again, because that's probably important. Yeah, it just needs to fill up with water. And we're currently doing our best to try and sieve some of this. The issue is... I guess the issue at the moment is that we're not actually pumping a lot of polluted water off the map. Why not? It's not feeding in from this pipe, whereas it was before. Is it because of sieve shenanigans? Yes. So I think what I need to do is I need to put a bridge here and then connect it like this and have it not be confused. Okay. And then we'll get a lot more water in here and then we'll get to test this out. So set this to algae. And then we need to dump a little bit more water in here. So set that to restrict access to this. So anything that's dumped in here, loops can't access. There's a little bit of gold amalgam in here, which we should probably access at some point, but I don't really care about that at the moment. We can open this access again if need be. This feels very jank. But that's mostly because I built it in a jank way. With all these random ladders. So remove these. You could probably remove these as well, to be honest. Okay, so we've got water over here. Keep dumping more water over here to attract the Pacu. Yeah, I think this is going to make sense. Let's speed up a little bit. Now that we've got the... So the sieve should be working now. Yes, the sieve does appear to be working now. So it's going to take a fair bit of time to actually fill these all the way up to the top. So now we actually need to put the Pacu eggs over here. So now we need to grab eggs. Oh, you've dumped all the... You've dumped all the algae over here. That's not really what we wanted. This needs to be set to priority 9. Maybe priority 8. Yeah, and then this needs to be set to priority 5. Okay, let's reactivate access to this room for now. Oh, these are full. I see. That's why it's doing it like this. Okay, I think we just need to tell this not to have algae in it then. So the primary function of this is because eggshell builds up on the weight plate otherwise from the eggs hatching. So the eggshell needs to go in here. And I've set this to other things as well, which I probably shouldn't have bothered doing. That's fine. This is all filled up with polluted oxygen now. That's okay. Is it all polluted oxygen? It is. Nice. I find it interesting the water is still here. Okay, this is filling with water now. That's good. Why is this blocked? The door is open. There should be water getting in here. I don't really understand how this has happened. I need to close and open this gate again. Maybe I do. Well, let's set that to auto. Maybe update the door by opening and closing it. Yeah, we'll do that. I think at this stage what we should do is just load up some Pacu eggs. So let's just start grabbing them with the move to command. And we'll start domesticating them, hopefully. No, this makes sense. So I think the main difference from our build is that we're not relying on these guys producing any eggs at all. We're relying entirely on the breeders producing eggs. Okay, now these have actually closed. But this should open them. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now all that water is drained. Okay. Well, that's a good amount of water in there, so we can stop dumping water in here. That should function to lure the Pacu over. And they'll go into each of these otherwise. So the reason we have this is because we might have... They did say it was important. I think we just need to see it operate. I think that's what we need to do. So let's just round up all the Pacu eggs and start dumping them in here. And we'll do just the regular Pacu for now. So let's actually just queue up fry eggs in the menu. Let's find them. Right, critter eggs. Okay, there's only 4, so let's just move over all 4 of them for now. And this is probably going to take a few cycles to operate. It's probably going to take a few cycles for these to actually fill up. We're still delivering more algae over here. This needs to be opened up now because we're filling this with water instead of the other one. So just open that for now. They are getting more iron, that's good. I am idle once again. How about you dig this bit out? I will come up with stuff for you to do eventually. I promise. I don't really want to think about it now. We actually reach the Pacu. We can. Oh, but they can't be oh, we can walk across the doors. Yeah, we can walk across the doors while they're open, so that's fine. There's Frankie. Does Frankie have all the eggs? That would be ideal. You have 1 egg. The egg has been put in here. And the egg is going to be turned into omelette. No! Okay. Right. Let's think about this before we kill all the Pacu. The Pacu eggs should definitely not be going in here. That's what the chutes are for. So just turn off critter eggs. Or turn on the other Pacu variants, maybe? We just have regular Pacu? Okay, so now we have a Pacu. Oh god, it's 3 of them. No! Are we boiling all the Pacu already? Okay, great. That's a sign I'm very tired and I should probably stop. Growth suppressed. Yes, no worries. Do we see what your overheat temperature is? Or your state change temperature? Oh no, you're going to hatch. You're going to break because of viability first. Okay, so we can still rescue you. Yeah, let's do that. Gordon Bennett. Well, we're figuring it out by trial and error. This is entirely my fault, by the way. I'm just being very silly tonight. I hope you can forgive me. Right, so you need to empty these eggs out, and then we need to take these, move them here immediately. And then this should run automatically. But no, this gives me confidence that the Pacu haven't changed that much. The main thing is we can't rely on random eggs from these guys. And we need to have breeder tanks sized in specific ways. And the waterfall should help with this. Because it means we can fit 3 Pacu in a 16 tile area. A little 4x4 block. The mechanism for actually sorting it out is the same as it was before. This is just a slightly different take on it than mine that allows you to sort out some eggs for Pacu and some eggs for omelets. Okay, so we'll reseal that. We'll put the eggs in here. Okay. Right. I'm fairly satisfied with that. So now we just need to keep dumping more water in here. Hopefully this oxygen is actually going to go away. This is very annoying. Is the liquid pressure going to push it out? That we at least managed to get the gases out. Right, let's just run this for like one more cycle. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, let's run this for one more cycle. We'll go to the end of the cycle and then we'll wrap it up. Also, our pipe has gotten confused yet again by the looks of it. So it's pumping from here. Oh, it's not pumping from here. Oh, we're out of water. Okay, well, that's not ideal. Right, let's set up a regular pump. Go down here. And then this can just come down here. There you go. Have fun. All these random liquids everywhere. In fact, maybe for now we just disconnect this just so that we can get the rest of this liquid through here. I think we're slowly consuming all the polluted water on our coolant line as well. It's fine. How much food do I have left? Not a lot. Enable auto harvest, probably. Enable auto harvest on this. I'll help you out. Oxygen is fairly low here. There's still a decent amount up here, though. Right, well, I think I'm probably going to call it here. There is more stuff we can do on this save, but I'm wary about continuing it for too long. A, because stuff takes a while to do because all of our dupes are distributed across all the planets, and we have a strict deadline in the DLC arriving, so there's probably not too much more we can do to the save before the DLC arrives, and we want to continue our printing pod challenge. So I think for now, I'll fiddle around with this off stream. I'm glad I built it so I understand how it works now. Makes me feel a bit more confident about doing this in future. We still need to see... I still need to see if the Pacu are actually going to do something, but I might even do that off stream at this point, because we're not going to have time to do it now. These guys are going to take, what? Probably 5 cycles to hatch? Let's see. There's one that's just about to hatch. But we still need to fill this with water, and it's not really going ideally at the moment. Oh, we need to put a pipe here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this run went in general. We figured out Meteors, we did some transformer-related stuff, we made a more efficient horizontal transformer spine. We... what else we did? We tried out blast shots, that was a lot of fun. We tried out a cool steam vent condenser. Very happy with this design. I think that worked pretty well overall. Rust-related stuff went pretty well. Pretty happy with how this went in general. So we got more brine over here again somehow. The Arbor Tree seed generator was a complete success. That did very well at generating an endless amount of seeds. We didn't end up doing anything with them, but we could have easily. So we could just replicate that on future runs. We didn't really do anything over here. I think the main lesson was just actually figuring out how Meteors worked and circumventing that. And proving that we can solve Meteors in Spaced Out without needing a teleporter, which I think is good. Right, so let's see. Yeah, you're going to start pumping that up. Are we going to get a Pacu in here at least? Yeah, we have. We got a little Pacu fry. Amazing. Let's us... I think what we will do is we will have the thumbnail... Oh, we need to set these as well. This needs to just be set to everything. Yeah, I think that was just set to everything. That's fine. So neither of these are working for now, so we need to dump the rest of the stuff in here. And then we need to disable access again. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I'm satisfied with that for now. So I'm going to save it here, and we'll properly close it out. There is still some light on the fish tank, so that's good. Some music on. Alrighty. Thanks very much for hanging out. I realize I've been a bit all over the place tonight, and it's just very hot here. I wanted to play around with the Pacu build and try and develop my understanding of it. I think I understand what Luma Plays is doing now. I don't think the Pacu changes were as bad as I thought they were going to be. It just means we have to set up the breeders in a bit of a different way. And we can't just have, like, infinitely many breeders. Like, the overall rate of food production seems to be much more constrained, because before you'd have, like, a couple of breeders, and then all of the wild Pacu would be breeding in that little pool. But now they won't be doing that at all. So it's just the breeders with your water ports that are breeding, and then the Pacu that come out the other end are just for storage, and that's your fixed throughput, which makes a lot more sense in the game. It didn't make sense that it was like a self-scaling exponential food source before. But the actual way you handle the Pacu doesn't seem to have changed very much. And we figured out how to just selectively pump out eggs and turn them into omelets. So I think what we'll do is we'll rebuild this in a different run. Perhaps once the DLC drops. Perhaps we'll even do this in the printing pod challenge, because I imagine we can get this built fairly quickly in the printing pod challenge. I just wanted to play around with it tonight, and I thought it'd be quicker in a save. It was certainly low risk. I don't want to fiddle around with this if the dupes' lives are at stake. So I think it was the right call to do it in this run. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. I think we're going to wrap up this run. It's gone pretty well. I'm a bit sad we can't really continue it into the DLC, but that's fine. We learned a lot about Meteors. We learned a lot about blast shots. So I think we achieved the primary one of the primary aims, and we're going to have to get back into space another time. That ever elusive goal. We are going to reach it one day. Thanks for hanging out, Ugobisk. Hey, Trentsk. You read a post on let me say Frosty is available to play in beta. Yes, it is in beta. I've seen people saying that it has some stability issues. So while it's a beta, what we're going to do is we're going to do the printing pod challenge, and we're probably even going to finish up Subnautica and Mega Aquarium while we're waiting for it to come out of beta. Because I'm imagining it's only going to be in beta for like a few weeks, and not imagining it's going to be like a massively long beta. And we'll tackle it at full steam once it's fully out, and we can actually commit to doing it, and nothing major is going to change, because there's still a lot of features they want to add. So I would rather just start when it's actually finished than pick it up halfway through. But anyways, I'm rambling now. I've been rambling all day, to be honest. Thanks for hanging out. If you like this rambling and you want to see more of me, feel free to follow me on Twitch, and you'll get a notification when I go live. ONI is usually Mondays and Tuesdays, but schedule is probably going to change significantly because of the DLC. So keep your eyes peeled on the Discord. Our post schedule changes on the Discord. If you do miss a video, it'll all be on YouTube. All the VODs go on there. We have discussion videos, tier list videos, meme videos as well. It's all good. Yeah, thanks for... I hope you've enjoyed this series. I've enjoyed this series. It was quite a challenge, but I think we made some good progress, learned some important lessons. We may have killed a dupe or two, but I think it was worth it. Let's go raid Live Action Pixel. We haven't raided them in a while. If you have any fishy emotes or sentiments, feel free to send them Live Action Pixel's way. What are they up to at the moment? Oh, they are testing out the beta. Yeah, so if you want to see what's going on in the beta, I'm going to try and keep myself a bit spoiler-free. Like, oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep myself a bit spoiler-free from, like, actually watching people play, but I'm going to keep up to date with what's going on, like, balance-wise, patch notes-wise, etc. Yeah. Let's go say hi to Live Action Pixel, and I'll be back after my holiday. See you later.